In all the years that I have been single, I have been practicing abstinence, but it hasn't always been 100% pure. And I'll say why. I remember in the beginning, I thought abstinence was only about having a pure, um, not a pure. I remember thinking that it was only about not getting involved sexually with a man. And well, that has been true, but I believe I could have done better in some situations, in some seasons, when it came to keeping a pure heart and a pure mind. Because once upon a time, I used to watch steamy romantic scenes in movies, and in a way, some of them were just too much, and yet I entertained such scenes and watched them. And as you may well know, the movie industry right now is so compromised in a way that sometimes it's like you're watching pornography. And until there's this one time the Holy Spirit convicted me that, you know what, you, in a way, you're not very different from someone who's acting in pornography. And then that's when it clicked, and I was like, wow, I'm doing this. That's not right. I don't want that to be, I don't want to be that kind of a person. And I repented, prayed, and I am glad, I am very thankful to God that I am now in a place where I used to be when I was still, I would say, innocent. But when you watch romantic scenes and you feel shy, you feel ashamed. I was okay, maybe ashamed or shy rather when you're with someone else. Right now, I'm not even comfortable watching that when I'm alone. I actually get social sometimes. I'll do this, or sometimes I'll just fast forward, not wanting to watch even something as simple as a French kiss, which used to be something that I was so used to, that I was okay with it. And I just realized that, wow, Upendo, you're no longer comfortable with these things like you used to maybe a year ago. And I will say I have learned a lot. I am continually learning, but I'm so grateful, thankful to the Holy Spirit who checks me, who alerts me that, okay, I think this is not right. I think you should stop this. Yeah, so I'm grateful to God for continually checking me and making sure that I don't get too comfortable, or rather I don't get comfortable at all with things that are seemingly normal, or are perceived normal by the world, are seen as okay. And it has reached a point, I mean, in the past I would be comfortable watching movies that had sometimes you watch a series or a movie where, and then eventually, especially in series, in movies, I'm able to tell, you can read like you can find out what the movie is about. So if you see that there is homosexuality and all of that, because that is something that is not acceptable in my faith as a Christian, then I wouldn't watch that. But if sometimes you watch a TV show and one of the episodes just so happens to have people who are of the same-sex relationship, and I have come to a point where if I see that and I didn't know that beforehand, I am not comfortable watching that. So God is helping me. He is continually teaching me, guiding me. I now understand that abstinence is not just about not being sexually intimate with a man. It's so much more than that. It's protecting your mind, it's protecting your thoughts, yeah, memories. Because I remember this one time, okay, I don't want to go there, but yeah, I understand now that abstinence is so much more. And by the way, in the past I used to say celibacy. Now later on I came to understand those are two different things. Celibacy is when someone takes a vow to forever remain sexual, not to be to become not to be sexually active for the rest of their lives. But abstinence is choosing to not be sexually active for a period of time. In my case, until when I'm married by the grace of God. Then, yeah, get what I'm saying. So yeah, abstinence is not so black and white like I thought it was, and I am grateful to the Holy Spirit for guiding me, for teaching me, for checking me when I was going astray. Yeah, and it has been a while. I don't know what happened to me, but I'm just so glad to be back. And this is just me taking up my phone and saying, you know what, let me record so that I can get my streak back. And I plan to record tomorrow morning by the grace of God. So yeah, I'm so glad to be back. I went through some sort of, how do we call it, like a dry season, like some sort of desert in my content creation, sharing. But I'm glad to be back, and I believe today is day 49. Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Take care and bye.